Oh, what's good, everybody? Tony Talks. I'm back after my week off. High school playoffs in Oklahoma got crazy because of the ice. So a lot of my guests was busy, had to coach games, so on and so forth. But, man, got the AAU legend in the building, Bishop McGinnis grad, Ocu Alum. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Coach John Roby. What's good, my man?
Man, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for the state, too.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. 6A loaded, 5A loaded. Every class is loaded and
Crazy.
it's kind of up for grabs everywhere.
It is.
So I'm excited for that.
And we're here on the west side, so it's down the street.
Yep.
We get to go watch.
Yeah, I think OU fought for that. I think they wanted it at
Is that what
OU.
happened?
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
I think they wanted it to help like recruiting or so. I think they got it there. So that's good. I like that.
That's dope.
Yeah, we wanted it at OU.
My thing is, if there's gonna be 5 or 6 West Side teams every year, it might as well be on this side of town. Makes no sense to me.
I don't want to take any shots at Tulsa today.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to. But I'm saying over the time, in my duration of coaching 9 years, there's a lot of West Side teams a lot of times.
Someone was posting about how Edmond's like the mecca of basketball right now.
It's insane.
All 3 of them making it.
It's like they always make it.
It's Memorial's always there. I feel like North's coming. Santa Fe's consistent. So it's
Santa Fe's been there for a while because they beat us 3 times last year to get there, and they had the 2 monsters 6-6.
Hey, I'm ready for that rubber match. Santa Fe against Memorial. They're 2-2 against each other this year.
Oh God!
And so that bad blood.
It's gonna be packed.
It's a war. I can't wait, man.
Edmond, man, we talk about all the time. They just, for some reason, breed great basketball players, and it's in groups, small groups, each class, like randomly, bunch of kids, and you're like, where did that come from?
Yep.
But then they come with it, and they're well coached up there. I give them all credit.
For sure.
Troy's doing a great job at Santa Fe.
Yep.
And then the Edmond North coach, man, I love the way he's intense.
I was sitting with the OCU coach, Barakoff, at that game, and they were talking about how much they loved his sets and stuff. So he obviously can coach. He was running a lot of good stuff when they played Norman. Because Norman came into a 2-3 later on, and he had all kinds of motions against that 2-3, high lows against it, and it was just impressive. So,
dope.
He knows what he's doing. I think he came from Coweta, they said.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think his son played there when we scrimmaged him one time back in the day.
Yep.
And then, Coward going to do his thing. He's been blessed with to coach his butt off, man. Even it doesn't matter what talent he has now that I've been around him long enough, and he's usually blessed with good talent. But either way, he coached the mess out of his team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about his coaching. So I've never met him, but I would like to because I think he can coach. And they're consistently really good. So you can't knock it.
No doubt. Man, it's crazy. AAU's about to start for you guys.
Let's go.
Team Griffin tryouts is Sunday.
Yes, sir. Is that like 2, 3:30, and 5 or something like that?
Hoop House?
Yep.
Yeah. That's y'all's gym now, right?
Yeah, that's I don't know if it's our gym, but yeah, it's our home base.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we own it or anything, but I think that's our home base.
That's dope.
For sure.
Yeah, and then you're coaching 16, you said?
Yes, sir. Coach Barakoff from OCU will be the head coach. I'll be the assistant. I'll be like a sponge learning from that guy because he's like a legend too. He won championships at Randall.
No doubt.
And then he turned OCU. They were picked like 8th in their conference this year, and they finished 3rd, I think.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing too.
Yeah, his staff, his assistant, I call him Big Country. His name's Garrett White.
Yep.
He was with him at Randall.
Yep.
Man, they coached their butts off. And then one of the guys that coached with us at Mustangs named Derek Tunstall. He's on the staff too.
Yep.
We talk all year about like their predictions, how it's going, so on and so forth. But I watched them play, man. They just fought.
Yeah.
And he coaches his butt off. He gets them to play hard. Seems like the guys are having a good time.
For sure. I wish they would have. Made the tournament, but they were right on the bubble.
It says like that last team before getting in is what I heard.
Yep.
That is crazy.
Sometimes it goes like that, huh?
But their schedule's like top 20 in the country.
Yep.
That's what my boy was telling me.
Had a ton of big wins.
A ton.
Yep.
And then in conference, they was dominating in conference.
Yep.
And I went to a lot of SAC games this year, to be honest.
And SAC's tough, man. People don't understand like how good you got to be in the NAIA. Like people like, a lot of kids these days is D1 or bust.
Right.
Man, D2 dudes, NAIA dudes, all can go. Like if you go watch it, you'll be like, okay, people need to really get a up close view of that so they understand how hard it is to play in college.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do it.
So when you're the recruiting coordinator for Team Griffin, correct?
Yes, sir.
How do you address them when it comes to like the smaller level colleges, because a lot of your players we would probably say are going Division I is the goal, of course, and then some of them might have to go start somewhere else. How do you address that normally?
Any opportunity to go play college basketball for free, we want to help them get there. That's the main goal. Like, winning is cool, but the main goal is getting kids to the next level on a scholarship so they can get a good education and they can, continue their basketball career. Like, basketball is good for anything in life. Like, teaches you, great lessons, it just prepares you for life. So anytime we can get a kid a scholarship, that's the main goal. So we let them know, like, don't take it for granted. It's not D1 or bust. It's you go play at the next level, you get a good education, and it'll set you up for life. So
that's cool, man.
That's what
how'd you get that role, recruiting coordinator? Have you always been that role?
No, sir. So when I had, my 21 group, we had Bijan and Stoney and Ethan and Tobias and Chase, and I don't want to name them all, but we had a really good squad. Right. And then they moved up to play EYBL, and I wasn't at that level as a coach yet, so they dropped me back down to 7th, and I rebuilt that 7th grade team to number 2 in the nation. And I had like all the studs in this region. They're like 3 of them are already playing pro.
Oh, really?
2023s. I had David Oyona, he's playing pro in Serbia right now. I had
he's a big kid, right?
Yeah. 6'10". He moved to Serbia and is playing pro there, like on the junior national team. And then Bryson Warren's playing pro for Overtime. And then I'm trying to Tyler Smith's playing pro for Overtime. Had Omaha Baloo for a little bit. Jaden Nicholson. I mean, we were just loaded. So I think Griffin thought they could take a chance on me helping them recruit at all levels.
For sure.
So I was just lucky and blessed. I got lucky, honestly. When you have, it's nothing I really did. When you have Griffin, as long as you put in some effort, you can recruit guys. So I just got blessed, and somehow that team became really good, and then they moved me up. So just luck, honestly.
That's crazy, man. That's dope, though.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think one thing that I am good with is relating to young men. So I think that helped. Just my personality probably helps when it comes to recruiting, because I'm probably immature is what you would say. So kids kind of like me, so maybe that's it too. But but when you have Griffin and Jordan Brand, and it's not that hard.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. You're an Ocu alum.
Yes, sir.
When you graduate from there?
So I went to OCU from 03 to 08. Redshirted 1 year. We won 2 national championships.
Yeah, I saw that.
Back to back in 07 and 08. A lot of that was the coach,
Really?
Ray Harper. He's at Jacksonville State right now. He just got Coach of the Year in the ASUN. I think that's how you say that conference name.
Wow.
I think today or tomorrow, the team that got first in the conference, if they win it, they're ineligible. I think they'll make the tournament.
No way.
So, but the dude can coach, man.
Really?
He was Coach of the Year in D2 at Kentucky Wesleyan. They went to the national championship game 6 years in a row. Then he came to OCU and went to the national championship game 3 years in a row.
That's nuts.
So in D2 and NAI, he went to the national championship game like 9 out of 11 years. It's like impossible.
Insane, yeah.
Yeah, and I think he won 4 of them.
Wow.
So 2 with us, and then I think 2 at Wesleyan. So, and then Coach Wade's there, also his assistant. That dude can recruit. So they're just a package deal. They're just great at what they do. We were so loaded. I mean, every guy was like a D1.
Yeah, what guys did you play with back then? Just a couple.
So we had Ollie Bailey from Rutgers. He was big in the Big East all freshman team.
Wow.
He came to us. He's been overseas making probably millions. I mean, he was like MVP. Cam Gray, who's my really good friend, he's in the NAI Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
Back-to-back tournament MVPs of the whole tournament. Dwayne John was at New Mexico. He led the NCAA in scoring before he came to us. So, I mean, we're just loaded.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just a plethora of talent. So
I was reading in your bio that you chose there because the tradition was so big.
For sure. I mean, I think they have the most championships of anyone in basketball when it comes to NAIA. So I think they have 7, maybe 8 total now.
Really?
So yeah, it was, and the other reason that it's a really good school, academic wise. So I wanted to get a good education there too.
And I don't know if you keep up, but like their baseball team is like one of the best in the country. Softball team usually one of the best in the country. I think track won the first
won it indoor.
Yeah.
Yep. They didn't have it when I was there, or I would have ran it.
Oh, yeah?
'Cause I won the state championship in the 800. and I would have loved to run
Oh,
track.
okay. I think I read that in your bio too.
Yeah. So I had Brown interested in going to Brown and run track, but I loved basketball. So I stayed,
You're a hooper.
Yeah, and I love my family, so I stayed close to home.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I would have went and branched out a little bit, but it worked out well, I guess. So I'll take it.
Oklahoma, man, it's a special place. It's hard for a lot of us to leave, comfortably just because we're big family people, and it's a great place, honestly, to raise a family, and it's
cost of living's not bad.
Not
you can
bad.
live good. But that's another reason why I'm excited about Barikoff, because he's kind of embraced me at OCU. I haven't always kept up with OCU as much as I should have, but now that he's here, I love it. It just takes a little bit of effort to reach back out to the dudes to bring it back. So I'm excited.
Man, Barikoff does a great job. I've talked to him when he was at Randall. I used to chop it up with him. And now that he was there, it was just like he's been around so many coaches.
Yep.
And he's a huge baseball fan. So
he said he was doing AAU in 1995 in LA.
Really?
The dude is a legend.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He's been doing it for a long time.
Dang, I didn't realize that.
Yep.
So you graduated from an 08.
Yep.
With a biochemistry degree?
Yes, sir.
And then I seen that it says your plans were at that time was to take over your father's surgical practice. Did that happen?
Nope.
Okay.
He got a disease in his eyes called wet macular degenerative disease, and so he retired early. And everybody kind of wanted me to do that. I didn't think I really wanted to do that myself, so I went and started doing oil and gas.
Okay.
And then I was playing in the old man's league basketball, tore my ACL.
Wow.
That's when I was like, I need to do something else in basketball, but not play.
Okay.
And that's why I started coaching too.
And what year was that when you started?
I think it was the very end of 2014.
Okay.
Took over. A guy asked me and Cam Gray, who I was talking about earlier, that played at OCU with me, who's two-time MVP. He asked Cam to coach, and Cam was like, "I'll do it, but only if I can bring my guy Roby with me."
Okay.
And so we formed that USA Elite team. And at the end of 14, and we were beating all these Oklahoma teams, and we thought we were the greatest team you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And we went to John Lucas, got an invite to that tournament, which our 2028 team just won. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to Coach Bly. Yeah. So we went to that tournament thinking, we're the baddest team ever. And that was a humbling experience. That really started my coaching career, I think, because we went and played. We played Florida Knight Riders, which is the EYBL team. Yeah. And we had half fifth and half sixth graders with Bijan, who's at OU now, Stoney, who's at North Texas, all those guys. I know Ethan. And we went to that tournament, and we played sixth grade Knight Riders EYBL team. And they were like, in sixth grade, they were 6'1", 6'2", 6'4", 6'6", 6'7" was their starting lineup in like sixth grade.
Jesus.
And they were running a 1-3-1 half court or 3/4 court trap. We couldn't get the ball past half court. They beat us by 60 something. And me and Cam were like, man, because we had one defense, 5, which is man, and then we had 55, which is full court man. Those were our only defenses. And we had like 1 or 2 sets.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're going to have to change everything.
And at this point, neither one of you coached before?
No.
Okay, so this was y'all's
first experience, first AAU big tournament nationally. And we were like, if we're going to do this, we need to run it like a college.
No doubt.
So that's when we started training. We started training those dudes up like twice a week. We put in all kinds of sets, all kinds of defenses, everything. And then we steadily got that group better and better. And they got into the top 25. I think the first ranking we ever had, we were like 23rd at like the end of the year. And then the next year, we went to that John Lucas and made the final 8.
Oh, wow.
And when we lost to Team T, got an Indiana who was really good. They were huge. They were like 6'9", 6'8", like in 8th grade.
Man, where are they finding these kids?
Man, I'm telling you. But we got up to like 8th in the nation with that group. And then that's when Griffin approached us to join them because those guys were just well known around here because they were just killing.
What other pieces did you add within those couple seasons? Because I know the one I seen was
we steadily started picking up dudes. Like the first major piece we added was Tobias Rowland and Dalen Andrews. They were playing for the Bearcats, and they went to PC West. Tobias is playing at a JUCO, I believe, in Texas right now.
Yeah,
and Dalen's still at PC West. But that was the first like bruiser dude because we needed size.
Right,
Oklahoma's limited when it comes to size.
Big for sure.
So we needed a dude, and Tobias was just a freak of nature back then. Just bouncy. He's only like 6'3", but
strong.
Yeah, maybe 6'4". but strong. And then we added Chase Martin out of Anadarko.
Yeah.
And he was an athletic monster too. And once we added those couple pieces, that's when we really started killing. We beat the first big win we had at Lucas was against Texas Hard Work, who Lupe, he does an amazing job, but he had like some stuff. I think he had KJ Lewis back then, who's at Kansas, freshman, one of the all freshman team that came from our team. But he had KJ Lewis, and we beat them, and that kind of just got the momentum rolling.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And then Griffin, you took over, and where'd y'all start with that? The same age group?
Yeah, I had that same group for a year in 8th, and then once they got to 9th, I passed them off, and that's when I dropped back down to 7th grade.
Okay.
And that's when I built that team up.
Yeah, and that's when you really, your coaching was basically like, it's time to work to get prepared for EYBL. Is that how you felt? Or you weren't?
Yeah. I just think I don't think they knew me well enough.
Okay.
I don't think I had showed them enough X's and O's. So I just went back and said, okay, I'm gonna try harder, do better. And then I brought that team to 2 in the nation. Like I said, we beat number 1 in the nation, Houston Hoops. We split with them. We beat them in Vegas. And then they beat us back at Lucas in the finals. I think we lost by like 2. But so that we were the best 2 teams in this region by far.
Okay.
And then as I kept going, then now they kind of let me go up to the EYBL level.
That's so dope, man.
You gotta put in your dues. Like everybody thinks, I just can go here. And you gotta show. You gotta put in the work. You gotta pay your dues, and then eventually, if you keep hammering at it and you stay persistent, eventually it pays off.
Yeah, big facts. A lot of. I know I don't mean to talk bad about coaches nowadays or young cats. They don't understand that you got to put the time in. Like even if you think about Coach K, who just retired, all the guys under him had to put their time in.
Yep.
And now that he's going to retire, their time is up.
100%. There's like no shortcut in life to really anything. You want there to be, but it doesn't ever hardly work out like that. I don't think so. If you want something bad enough, you'll end up getting it, but you got to put in the work.
Yeah, and it sounds like with me, I've been coaching for 9 years in high school. I was at Westmore for 6, and then I've been at Mustang for 3. But the passion for the game is what keeps me there. It keeps me alive. When I step in those lines, it's just like everything else in life kind of is just on the back burner for now. And I just love the process of what's going on. And coaching in high school versus AAU is kind of different because we just get handed what we get handed a lot of times.
Right.
And then you just got to build it. And when you build a program and you just kind of have a clean cut throat, it just builds over time. In AAU, things can change so much because guys can leave and all this. It's tough. To me, it's tough for you guys because y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everything could be going great for you guys, and then all of a sudden when your guy decides he wants to go somewhere else, you're like, where do we go from here? But
that would be cool. I want to eventually get into high school basketball. But I think it would be cool because you put in so much effort into those kids. It's nice to see them, at the end pay off. And in AAU, there's a lot more turnover, like you said.
Right.
So you don't always get a full relationship with the kids, you know? So you got one kid 1 year, one kid another year. But I think they both have their pros and cons like that. So.
No doubt. Like for me, you come in as a freshman, a little frail kid.
Yep.
And then in 4 years, like Ethan, for example.
Yep.
4 years.
I love Ethan Scott, man. That's my boy.
He's a little grown man, and you're like, okay, here we go now.
Yep.
And it's just beautiful to see, from those young cats. Because we do spend, 8 months out the year with them, realistically. And you just try to do your best to be the best for them, be mentors, and then the game just comes with it.
For sure.
So you've been doing it since, you said
2014.
14.
So I think this is my 8th year.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
7th or 8th season coming up. It's a lot. COVID kind of wrecked one of them.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess you count it because I still, had those kids at training camp and all that stuff. I
so
wish I would have had that team.
Oh, for real? Who was on that team?
I had, so that was 15U EYBL.
Okay. I
had David Oyona, who was 6'10". I had Gus Yalden, 6'9".
Yeah, he was tough.
Gus Bus, Baby Jokic.
Yeah, right.
Drew Steffi, who just committed to Texas Tech. Jaden.
Oh, I didn't realize that. He did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's locked in there. I had Jacoby Johnson, your boy from Mustang. I had Luke Haas, who's the OU. Well, he was going to OU. Now he's going to Arkansas.
Okay.
Best tight end in the nation.
Oh.
But he could hoop, too.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, he could hoop, too. And then I had Jaden Greathouse, who just led Austin Westlake to Final Four.
Okay.
And then I would have had Tyler Smith, who's playing pro overtime, 6'9". Like, every time I see all they talk about how he's like one of the top draft picks for the 2023 class. So I think that's everybody.
Wow.
And then Parker Fredrickson.
Oh, okay.
Who's killing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty much gets to pick his college, probably one of the best shooters in the nation too. So we were loaded.
That's nuts.
Loaded, and COVID killed it all.
Y'all didn't get to play at all?
No. Killed it because Griffin, they do a great job. They're all about the kids. They weren't going to put a kid in jeopardy because nobody really knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So we just didn't play.
Wow.
But yeah, I lost that group.
No,
Makes me sad.
So that was all last 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 seasons ago, we would have been playing. We could have won 15 UEYBO for sure.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Because just the size and the skill and the toughness.
Right.
Because our starting lineup would have been 6'3", 6'3", 6'5", 6'9", 6'10".
Couldn't imagine, dude.
Killing.
15-year-old kids.
And, Gus and David, Gus is so skilled. He can pass, he can shoot, pick and roll. And then David's brute strength, that high-low, it would have been unstoppable.
When I seen him in y'all's workout, when Gus was, this had to be right before then, y'all had the little inter-squad scrimmage, and he was just getting, legit like Jokic. You know what I'm saying? And I never, and because he's from where?
He's from Wisconsin originally.
That's right, yeah. So, and I was like, who is this kid? And he was just feeding buckets. I'm like, oh, my goodness.
Stud, skilled. Yeah. He's been injured lately. I hope he gets well because he's a great kid. Yeah. But, man, he's skilled.
So how do you end up with a player from Wisconsin?
So he was playing for Rose City, which is in Oregon. And I kind of asked how, and, his dad gets stationed at a military base in your state. You can use it. There's called a military brat rule. Okay. And so his dad ended up stationed out of Fort Sill in
Lawton?
In Lawton.
Oh, really?
Yep. So that's how we got him. So he was an Oklahoman, basically. People don't know that, but
I did not
we
know
got to
that.
classify him as an Oklahoman.
So he moved here?
Dad had a
stationed here?
Yeah.
Okay. And he could just...
Yep. He could just say he's Oklahoma now. So it didn't count against our out of states or anything.
So is he still there?
No, I think he went back to Germany or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know their exact specifics. I don't ask questions. Kind of scared of that one.
Yeah, I feel you.
His dad's way up somewhere high up. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Too many tight questions. They're like, no, we can't talk about it. Like, uh-oh. Yeah, man. So Peach Jam.
Yeah.
You were there on the bench.
Yep.
And how was that experience? Let's go through the run right before, that right when you're there.
Talking about the team that won it?
The team that won it,
okay. Yeah. That's all Kellen McCoy, too. Best in Oklahoma. Peach Jam is different. It's incredible. Yeah. People don't understand, especially 17U. But this was 16U.
Right.
You get there, you check into the hotel, you see every college coach in the nation. You're walking right by them. You see the best players in the nation. You're playing against the best players in the nation.
That's correct.
And it's like a business trip. You're focused. You're watching film all day. You're trying to get the dudes food. You're trying to get the dudes rest. You're trying to get them Gatorade. You're watching film on the team. Then you're at a shoot around. Then you go play. Then you're back to eat, rest.
Almost feels like March Madness kind of.
Yeah, I'll try to break it down a little slower. So yeah, get there, get acclimated, get to the hotel.
So where's it at?
It's in Augusta, which is like on the border of South Carolina and Georgia. I think it's technically South Carolina. I'm not sure. You get there, and then you get the bracket, so you know your schedule. I think you have to finish. I think 32 teams. You have to finish in the top 16 to make it to the final end. Might be final 8. No, it's final 16. So you got to go. You basically got to get top 2 in your pool out of 4. So you got to go 2-1 or 3-1, however many are in your pool. Might have been 4 that time. So that 16U, they played. They won. I'm trying to think of who they played. I know they ended up having to play Mocan, and the winner of that made it to the final 8.
Oh, okay.
And we ended up pulling it out by 5. And so once you do that, then you go to the final Peach Jam, the final 8 teams, and we played Vegas Elite, who had Richard Isaacs, who's going to Texas Tech also. Okay. And they had Dior Johnson, who's famous online. He's going to Oregon, I believe.
Yeah.
Beat them. And then we played.
Oh, I actually just seen a video about him the other day.
He's
just feeding them cats.
Yeah, he's a PG for sure. Can't remember who they beat in the Final Four. And then we played Takeover, who's just a machine.
Really?
I mean, that program's top 3 in the nation for
Where
sure.
are they out of?
Baltimore, DC,
Okay.
DC area. I think it's the DMV is what they call it. Some of the best hoopers in the nation for sure. They're a machine, and that game was just unbelievable. I think we were down 4 with like 16 seconds left. Trey Alexander came down and hit a jumper. They miss a 1-and-1. Trey Alexander hits a layup at the buzzer to go to OT. Then it goes to like double OT, I think, and then we pull it off. But winning that, people don't understand how hard it is to win that, especially from Oklahoma. I don't know if it'll be done again for another 20 years.
No doubt.
So, I mean, that's why I think Kellen's just unbelievable. He's at Norman North.
Right.
And to pull that off is just ridiculous. One of the hardest things to do, for sure. So
Because on that team, how many Oklahoma kids? There was a lot of Oklahoma kids on there.
yeah, and you need studs.
Right.
But Trey Alexander, who's at Creighton, and he was on the all-freshman team.
Yeah.
Just saw that. Bijan Cortez at OU. And then we had DJ Freeman, who's at OBU.
Okay, yeah.
Oklahoman. And then we had Glory, who was actually David's brother, kind of.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what school he's going, but I think he's going to hoop somewhere. And then they had KJ Adams, who's at Kansas.
Okay.
Damian Collins, who's at Kentucky. Jackson Robinson, who's at Arkansas.
Yeah.
So you got to be loaded if
Right,
you're going
yeah.
too. So yeah, we had some dudes for sure. I don't want to miss anybody.
Yeah,
I don't want to get in trouble and miss somebody.
That was 6 guys.
I think it was a 6 or 7. Starting lineup was Trey, Bijan, Jackson, KJ, Damian, with Glory and DJ coming off the. Oh, and then JJ White. I don't know exactly where he's playing, but he was out of Norman North.
Yeah, he's at a junior college.
Yeah, he played great in that championship game too.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to him. Yeah. So they were loaded, but to get that done, it might not be. I'm just telling you, it might not be done again for 20 years here in Oklahoma.
Yeah, and that's I tell people, Oklahoma basketball doesn't get the respect it deserves.
For sure.
Realistically, like even if you look at college right now, like Swasu just won the GAC.
Yep. OBU's doing good.
Yeah, Oklahoma Wesleyan won KCAC.
Yep.
OBU's doing great.
Yep.
And I'm like, Tulsa hit a big game winner the other day.
Yep.
And Oklahoma State might make the tournament.
Yep.
I don't know if
Oklahoma State can't though. They can't participate.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, so they can't play in it at all?
They can't even play in the Big 12 this week.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and then OU might. If OU beats Baylor, they're saying they're in.
Yeah, because they're 7 right now, I think.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, like Oklahoma, man.
Don't forget ORU. They're beasts too.
Oh yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Last year they made. Was it last year they went to the tournament?
Like Sweet 16
Yeah,
last
dude was
year.
getting buckets.
He's killing Max.
Yeah.
He's killing this year too.
Where's he at?
He's at ORU still.
Oh, I thought the little one graduated.
No, he's still there killing.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
the guy they lost was the dude that went to Texas Tech. Oh, Banner though. He's a stud.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they're doing well too.
Yeah.
I think they just won last night or yesterday, 2 days ago. Yeah.
That's wild, man. It's Kellen did do a great job. Always has done a great job.
Yep.
And one thing about him, he can still go himself.
Man, yeah, he can. He can shoot it. He lit me up the last time we shot it. So and he won Player of the Year at Weber State when Damian Lillard was on the team.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so he can go. He shot like 43% from 3. Dude's a killer.
Yeah. Now he got his little, his training.
Yep.
How do you say 833?
Yeah, Academy 33. Yep.
Okay.
Everyone that asks me where to train, that's where I send them.
That's dope. Because I know that's not girl specific, is it?
No.
Okay.
Boys and girls. I think he has a team though, because his daughter.
Right.
So he's got a girls team. But the academy is for all ages, all kids, all skill level. He does a great job.
Yeah, he does, man. He came in.
And I gotta suck up because that's my boss too.
Kellen's a great dude.
Yep.
It don't matter how you see it. You know what I'm saying? We played him. We had a tough game, great game.
Yeah.
And coach at OU was at the game. Actually, I didn't realize his son played.
Yep.
And it was a battle, man. It really was. And he always does. He makes his team come with it. They run great stuff. Shout out to Kellen.
Yep.
I'm gonna have him on soon too.
Nice. I can't wait to watch them play. Who do they got? They got number 1, Booker T. Washington.
Oh, yeah.
With Cam Parker. That's our boy too. He played for Griffin this year. He can go.
That's the guard.
He needs some offers. Colleges. Help my boy out. He had 27 the other night. Get my dude some scholarships.
What grade he in?
He's a junior.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he played really good at Peace Jam too.
Right.
So somebody needs to pick that dude up.
Got to.
Combo guard.
And that's the thing about like a lot of our good players, they get unnoticed.
Yeah.
And then guys like you or guys like me, if you play, or who, you know, guys that really have some push to put their videos out, talk to coaches, it's what they need. You know,
for sure. I'll try to help any Oklahoma kid ever. If someone comes to me or if I see a kid that's good, I'm gonna do my best. Like that's the only reason I do this. It's not like I'm making millions of dollars doing this or something. I just do it because I love basketball and I love helping kids. There's nothing better to me for the last like 4 years than getting an offer, being on three-way with a coach and a kid, and they get offered a scholarship.
That's so
nothing better in the world.
That's so clean, man.
Yep.
It's a blessing too.
For sure.
And
I love it every time. It's like Christmas morning every time because I love it. That's what I do it for, giving back. There's
been times like guys at Westmore, you know, if they got an offer, I'd hang the phone up and just be like ecstatic for them, you know, in the background, because it's a lot of people don't realize how unique it is for kids to get offers. Like it's not, people might think it's simple,
hard,
and it's not. Like there's thousands and thousands of players,
millions and millions of players,
and so you know what I'm saying. And you have to be special.
Yep.
You know, there's only so many scholarships they got, and these coaches college coaches are trying to protect their job. So
100%.
it's more so than like a high school coach. With these guys, it's their livelihood. So it's no disrespect to anybody's kids. It's just they got to do what's best for them.
100%. You know, you can't make the coach people think you can just make a coach offer. No, like their job's on the line.
Right.
They're getting paid good money to pick the right kids. So all you can do is present it to them, and if the coach likes them, they're going to get an offer. But it is the best feeling in the world.
That's cool, man. So you said you were in oil. I don't think we clarified what you're doing. Currently, I know we have your dispensary, Star and Stripes dispensary.
Yep.
How long you been in that?
So, you know, I originally just invested into that, and then it kind of just, when COVID hit, I stopped. Our oil and gas company shut down, and so I kind of got more, you know, entrenched into doing that, and eventually ended up buying out the original owners.
Okay.
So I didn't really know anything about it. You know, don't do it. I just did it because I thought it was a good business opportunity because it's, you know, blowing up nationwide.
No doubt.
But I've been doing that, you know, I bought them out a year ago, but I've been doing it like 3 years. It's tough right now in Oklahoma. The market's tough. It's a saturated business. So some legislation's coming in soon.
Oh, really?
Thank goodness. So that I think that'll help a lot for the people that are doing it the right way. Mm-hmm. And I'm always going to do stuff the right way. So I'm excited for that. And then oil and gas, I'm ratcheting that back up too.
So are you a rig worker, or you own?
No, it's a landman. You just work on computer and find out who owns the surface, who owns the minerals, and then go try to lease them or buy them.
And that's when they put the rigs there?
And then they'll put a rig in that area, in a section. It's like sections are 640 acres. So you go find out who owns the minerals and surface in that area.
That is insane.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm in real estate now.
Yeah.
I've been in for like 3 years, and I was doing getting my real estate license. And it explained the minerals thing, and I didn't even know that was. I would. I mean,
how people reserve it.
Yeah, the
stuff
normal
like
person wouldn't know that you might not own the minerals, or you know, or whatever the situation
they don't even know.
Be.
Yeah,
and then someone come in and like, I'm, you know, so on and so forth, and I'm like, that's crazy to me.
Yep, my dad actually does real estate. He's a commercial real estate agent, and his wife is a residential.
Oh, really?
He got into that after dentistry. After he retired, he got into that, and he loves it.
And how's his eyes?
Yeah, he's fine. It's fine. It just gets worse over time.
Okay.
But he can't practice dentistry.
Okay.
But he can, do other stuff.
Oh, well, shout out to Pops, man. I'm glad he's good. Because you said that, and I'm like, that sounds kind of rough.
Yeah. No, it's tough. It's genetic, too, but I don't have any signs of it, luckily.
Oh, yeah.
But it'll get worse as he gets older. It's tough at night for him, especially.
Okay. So you work for a company that does that, or the minerals thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what you did after you tore your ACL and you had
after college? I went and did that.
Okay.
I've been doing that. Man, I've been doing that for 12 years now.
Really?
So since 2010. So that's what I kind of do.
How old are you?
37.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have a son?
I do, man.
I seen that on your gram, man. He's all over your gram.
I love that little guy. He's getting so cool now too. Like, I think it's hard at first because they don't really interact, when they're just a little baby. But now he's starting to get to where he wants me to. He runs to me and hugs me, and he's putting the ball in the basket now. So it's a blessing, man. He's awesome.
And how old is he?
And I'm lucky that my wife is an incredible mom.
That's dope.
Because it's tough. Man, that's the toughest thing I've ever had to do is be a dad.
Yeah.
He's 2 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched some videos, him laughing and joking, you know, messing around. If you ever want to see it, John Roby's on Instagram, and his son's like probably every third video or picture is them,
and the rest is basketball.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's so cool, man, because I got married 2 years ago. How long you been married?
Appreciate it. Married now. I'm at 2015, so I'm at 7 almost.
Oh, that's dope.
7 in June.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How you enjoying marriage, man?
It's great.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have somebody to depend on and be best friends with, and everything that comes with it. You know.
Yeah.
Help build a family, help build a business. So I'm lucky.
That's good.
Yeah.
And a lot of cats my age, I'm 28 or younger, you know, they kind of avoiding marriage nowadays.
It seems that's the trend.
Yeah. And I'm like, fellas, you until you experience it, you won't even understand.
As long as you get a good wife, you're in good shape. But if not, I don't know, you might not be.
That's
but they say happy wife, happy life. So
that's true.
Make your wife happy if you do get married. But yeah, a lot of people the nation is trending towards not a good. I don't think we're trending the right way. Like morals and family are kind of coming back burner to self. You know what I'm saying? So I think you're right. I think it's kind of where people are just being too selfish.
Yeah. And me personally, I come from my parents were divorced. My dad's remarried. My mom's been married, and it's just like I don't know why I've always had a desire to be married.
Right.
And it's just not, it wasn't really a normal for me, but it was just,
right.
It made sense to if you find your best friend, you know, that's the biggest thing.
Yep.
You find somebody that's really down for you, good, bad, or the ugly, and then you get married. And, you know, guys like us, we the ones that have the positive about it. You know, some guys that say others.
Right. But, well, yeah, and I don't want to say like you shouldn't be or you should be or you shouldn't be because everybody's got to like live their life the way they want to, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to knock it. I'm just saying if you do find somebody that's great, it is great, especially when you have a kid to raise, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but everybody should do what they want, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah.
That's why like, nowadays as we get older, I'm like, man, that's their relationship. I can't judge them.
Exactly. Yeah, everybody's got to run their own race, live their own life. You can't really step into anybody else's shoes. You know, it's too hard to know what's going on in somebody else's head. And I don't know, but it's been good for me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fact, man. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I've been looking at your Instagram, and your shoe game is crazy.
That's Team Griffin, man.
I'm looking at it like Concords and all the releases that came out.
Yeah.
And I started following you a long time ago. That's the thing. And it was just like you start dropping. I get shoes, you get two, you get and I'm like, yo, his shoe game's nuts.
So let me tell you, all I used to wear was Chucks.
Really?
And I got made fun of so many times, I decided I guess I'll start wearing these J's.
Yeah.
And now I love it.
So you wore Chucks when you were coaching?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was wearing Chucks, man. But then, it's actually really nice when you start wearing and people notice and you feel good about what you're wearing, because my Chucks were like brown. They were supposed to be white and they were like brown, but I'd wear the same pair of shoes every day, all day. Yeah. And now I'm just blessed that Team Griffin, is Jordan brand. Yeah. And everybody loves Jordan. Yeah, so I got lucky. But yeah, I've got a nice collection growing right now. So I'm lucky.
That's cool, man.
And the kid, you need that when you're recruiting kids because they notice that more than anybody.
They want to look fly.
100%.
Like, Coach, where you get those? Oh, you just come with us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, all you kids, Griffin, Jordan.
Yeah, fact. Team Griffin is ran Oklahoma for a while, and I don't want to say ran, but they've been probably the top dog.
I'll say
just
ran.
Just like Athletes First was back in the day.
Yeah.
And y'all been doing a great job.
Last couple of years, we've been right. It took time to build it, but when you got leadership like Taylor Griffin and Kellen, it's inevitable.
Really?
And Rod Thompson now when we joined, now we got Tulsa pipeline much better now. So when you got dudes like that at the top, you're gonna get better because they expect greatness.
Right.
And they want to do it with Oklahoma kids. That's like Taylor talks about that all the time. Like this is here for Oklahomans. So I respect that for sure.
Yeah, I love it, man, because a lot of times when teams get to that level, they tend to start picking kids from everywhere.
Right.
And then it's like, well, you're Team Griffin, but you got 7, 8 Texas kids or whatever the situation may be.
Right.
But like when y'all won the Peace Jam, Oklahoma stand up.
Yep. It was like 5 Oklahomans and 2 Texans.
Yep.
Maybe 6 Oklahomans and 2 Texans.
I think it was 6.
Yeah, 6 Oklahomans and 2 Texans. So They did it the right way.
That's beautiful, man. So what's next for John Roby in this coaching thing?
Man, I'm excited to get it going. 16U, getting to learn from Barakoff is a blessing. You know, I want to learn from the best, and he's one of the best. We got a great returning core of dudes that went to the Final Four in Peach Jam last year.
Oh,
so
really?
they're already a team. Yeah, I mean, our 15U last year made it all the way to the Final Four, which is, like I said, really hard to do.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Boy, did you coach the team that Jacoby's brothers?
No,
Okay.
they're 14U.
Okay. I didn't know.
So they just went to John Lucas and made the Final Four, and they probably would have won it if it would have been all teams from the United States, but they lost to a team Puerto Rico Elite.
Okay.
So a Puerto Rican team won it.
Wow.
And they beat us in the Final Four. So that team with his brothers probably would have won it.
Wow.
So they're loaded. They're good.
So on your team, who's your guys from Oklahoma? No, you got tryouts coming up.
I'll wait till tryouts before I release it. No, you're good.
I didn't think about that.
I don't want to get in trouble and start saying names, but there's some studs. I'll just say that. Yeah, we got some Tulsa dudes. We got some city dudes. We got some dudes that are about to be playing at Lloyd Noble on Thursday. I'm excited.
If y'all get the opportunity, if you're want to come to Oklahoma or here, our state tournament, all 2A to 6A is this week. Tomorrow, 2A I think plays.
Yep.
Wednesday, 3A.
Fairgrounds. Yep.
And then that's at the Big House, which is a legendary place here in Oklahoma. If you want to go watch small school, that's where like Keaton Page, Rodney Clark, Stevie Clark, all those guys played for their state tournament stuff.
Fairgrounds is legend.
Yeah, it is, man. I always wonder why we don't put everybody there.
Yeah, I'm mad too because we made state my senior year, and it was at the first round was not at the Fairgrounds or Lloyd Noble. I had to play at Edmond North, and that gym was terrible.
It's still terrible.
The rims are the hardest rims in the nation. So I didn't get to experience it, but I always wanted to play at the Fairgrounds.
Yeah. My wife got to. She went to CHA.
Nice.
And she got to play in there. She's like, that experience is insane.
Incredible. Yeah.
And the coaching the state tournament in total, man, it's like we went in 2017 with Westmore, and we had a lot of things happen. A lot of guys get injured, things like that. But we go into it, and you're sitting at ORU, and you're like, yo, this is really happening.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that year, Bryce Thompson was a freshman.
Stud. He had a big three last game, but go ahead.
Yeah, and then RJ Fuqua, and then Seth Hurd, and then another cat, I don't remember his name. They're from Booker T. And we're battling with, like, our sixth man was one kid that hadn't played all season.
No,
like,
man.
not at all.
You were tough.
And we was just battling it out. It was such a dope experience, man. And we were like, nah, it's one of those things you just itch to always go back.
Yep.
But if you get a chance to come watch, it's at Lloyd Noble for the first time in 10 years, I think.
Yep.
So, come down the road, go to Norman, and check it out. It's going to be some battles.
There's some good games, man. It's Booker T against Norman North. I'll kind of go down the list. Booker T's got Cam Parker that played for us. They're number one in the state. Kellen's got Jeremiah Johnson, Kevin Overton, Ben Mosier, who's Coach Mosier's son.
Right.
And then the next game is Edmond North, who's got Dylan Warlick, T.O. Barrett. Edmond North, they play Jinx, who's got our boys Chase Martin and Ben Everett, who are killing. And then the other four, let's see.
Santa Fe and
Memorial, which will be, they don't like each other. Edmond and our coach Troy's there coaching, so I'm excited for that one. And then what's the last one? Moore against Choctaw? No, they beat Choctaw. Moore against somebody.
Slipping my mind. PC West.
PC West, yep. Okay. And that's, PC West locks up on defense.
Man.
They play defense, and they got that young pup. I can't remember how you say his name. Last name's like Young. Carlson.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know
he's a beast.
I think they have a nickname for him.
It's Stud.
Yeah.
He's a stud. He's like a 6'4" guard that can do everything. So that's going to be a battle too. And then Moore's got Tremble, who can go.
They got all those cats, man.
Yeah. So I mean, every game's going to be a battle.
It's going to be fun. It's like I think this is the first time in a long time 6A's been pretty balanced.
Yep.
There hasn't been like a juggernaut.
Clear favorite.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like going through the
last year though it was too. I feel like when Dell City beat Memorial.
Yeah, well, you're right. It's funny. I'm on the bus coming back, and our head coach is asking us, like, what's your predictions? And I was like, Dell City. He's like, why? I'm like, it's just
too big.
You just look at it
too
like
long.
And the coaches, one, two, look at all the players. They're young, and then you have a senior leader who plays at Valpo, and you're like, why are the odds against them? Now, Memorial did have Padula.
Padula, he's a bad boy.
But then again, when you put Padula against some 6'9", 6'7", it's tough.
Yeah, Padula's doing great at Virginia Tech, too.
No doubt.
Shout out to him. I'm excited, too. I hope 5A goes chalk, and I hope we get Memorial against Dale City, because Brandon Garrison and Terry McMorris at Dale City against Ty Frierson, who played with us.
Yeah.
He's killing.
And who's the big kid that played for Memorial, too? He played for H&H, I think.
I don't know his name, man.
I can't think his name either.
I don't know, but I just know that that's going to be a matchup, 1 versus 2.
But Midwest City's in it, too.
Yep, our coach Noel, who's at Midwest City, they play. I think they play Memorial.
The first game?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they got a tough
I might have to get those times.
They got see, and those are at Noble, I think. They're not at Norman. The first round.
Noble High School?
5A, yeah.
I did not know that.
I'll look it up, but they're not at the first round. They're not there. I don't like that.
I mean, neither.
If you make it to state, you deserve to be at one of the big places.
Yeah, but see, like when it was in Tulsa, the first round would be like a Catoosa.
Exactly.
Yeah, and all that
I don't
type
like
of stuff.
But it's only 5A. Like 4A, 3A, 2A, all at the fairgrounds. 6A, all at Lloyd Noble.
Oh, I didn't know.
Only the first round of 5A is not.
Wow, that's trash.
Yes, I need to find that out.
Yeah, in Midwest City, they played in our tournament, Mustang tournament, and at the time they weren't playing very well. And Tori wasn't there one game. I don't know why specifically, but I texted him because we were real close. We're in a group message together, me and a couple guys. Mm-hmm. Like, he's like, man, we're just in a slump right now. They haven't figured out how to play Bombers ball, basically.
Right.
And he was like, once we figure it out, though, man, we're too talented.
Yep.
And then obviously it was like out of nowhere, they just figured it out.
Well, they gave Dell City all they wanted in area.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, these games are at Noble for some reason, first round.
You ever been there?
To Noble?
Yeah.
I have.
The gym, the new one?
I haven't. Is it nice?
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay. Well,
it is nice. I
still want them at OU, though.
Yeah, it's right down the road.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. I'll be at a lot of these this week, so I'm excited.
And if you want to hear some talk, his Twitter going to be jumping. Per usual.
Always.
Yeah, it's going to be in there going
I got to be careful on there, man. I'm always in trouble on there for some reason.
Yeah, I think that was Coach John Roby too, right? Your Twitter?
Let's see. John Roby Griffin.
Okay.
So John Roby and then Griffin, all one word, Griffin.
Yeah. Go follow him on social. He's hilarious on Twitter.
People don't understand how to take me in text and on Twitter, because if you knew in person, you see me, I'm messing around 99% of the time. People don't understand how to take, so I get in trouble on there sometimes.
No, I get on there and I'm like, oh, he's talking crazy. So I go to his Twitter and I'm like, oh, let's go. It's fun because for me, I know
mean to be, man.
Because if I could have the I don't want to say freedom, but the confidence to be on Twitter like that, I would. Because it's just, I feel like somebody got to go out and say it.
Right. My passion, man, I love it. It gets me in trouble, though, I guess. But it's just because I'm so passionate about basketball, and I'm passionate about these kids, and I want every kid to succeed, and I want Oklahoma to succeed, you know, and don't take me the wrong way, because all I'm trying to do is help.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And all I've ever heard about you is exactly that. Like, you're just there for them. You want to help them get better in any way, shape, or form. You want to help them, go to the next level. And you're going to be honest with them, brutally honest.
100%.
Good, bad, or ugly. And I respect that about you, man. I've known you known of you, and today's our first day to meet. I've known you for a long time. Shout out to Ethan.
Yep.
And even then, he's like, yeah, he's just going to tell her how it is. And out of respect for you, though, and no disrespect, it's just the truth.
Man, I appreciate that a lot, because that means a lot, because I love it. But yeah, in life's not easy, man. You got to tell these kids the truth, and you got to try to have them do the right thing, and that's what I try to do, and be there for them. Once you gain a kid's trust, they'll do anything they'll run through a wall for you. So I try to build the trust by telling them the truth, and then after that, then you can be a little more harsh and tell them the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Because they need to hear it. Because there's a lot of fluff and a lot of people tell you this and that, and to get you or think life's easy or basket is tough, man. You got to be hard-nosed to make it through life. So that's all I'm trying to do, is get them to life, to succeed in life.
Yeah. Well, man, question for you I wanted to ask before we hop off here. And when you're going, you get a new kid, a young cat, now that you're a recruiting coordinator, what's some advice you would give our young athletes about getting prepared to go to the next level? Get
to work. Quit worrying about social media. Quit worrying about your outfit. Quit worrying about your shoes. The basketball has a way of what you put into it is what you'll get out of it.
Yeah.
If you live in the gym, it'll show. Like, there's some things that I think are God-given, but when it comes to handles and shooting and a lot of those things, you can get better at it, but it just takes time and dedication.
Yeah.
If you really love it and you want to be good at it, you got to live in the gym and not worry about the outside influences. So that would be my advice.
I like it. You've been on a lot of calls with a lot of coaches, and there's been questions and so on and so forth. But what are two or three main things a coach is going to ask a player from the jump, specific about?
Ask the player directly or ask me about the player?
Let's do that. Ask you about the player.
So the first, what kind of kid is he?
Let's give a 5-star perspective.
No, I'm saying that's the question he's going to ask me. What kind of kid is he? Is he a good kid? Is he going to work hard?
Yeah.
Does he got an attitude? Is he coachable? Those are like the main thing. How are his grades? Those are a lot of the main things they ask. The main thing is the kid coachable?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of kids that are prima donnas some these days, and the coach wants to know if he gets him in, is he coachable? Is he loyal? Is he going to transfer quickly?
Wow.
Now with the transfer portal coming, like kids are leaving immediately. You don't want to get a kid into your program and then he's gone the next year. Yeah. Like they want to know how the family is, how the parents are, or parent. They want to know, or whatever, grandparent, foster parent, anything like that. They want to know how they are. Those are the main things. Like the basketball part comes later, after they ask those questions. It's about character. It's about dedication to the game. Do they love the gym? Do they love the game? And then it's about, their loyalty.
That's dope, man. I think a lot of times people don't inform the kids of how the process goes.
Right.
And it's not like there's a ton of kids that can play. We all know that.
Right.
But those things are some of the things that, and I don't mean to put the blame on parents or anything of that nature, but you're not preparing your child for those changes.
The intangibles are important.
Because once you go to college, it's really on them.
Yep, 100%.
And they got to be prepared, because I tell our players, a couple weeks back, like when you get to college, the way things are, it's a legitimately fun, but it's a job, and it can get rough. 100%. Downfalls, changes, coaches changes, injuries, all these type of things. So mentally, you got to be prepared for it.
Yep. It's all about what separates you, because there's a million dudes that can hoop, but it's like, what are the little things you'll do that'll make the difference?
Yeah.
So that's what they want to know.
And I think basketball, specifically because our roster is small, you have to glorify those things. You have to make sure those things are huge for you. Are you a team guy?
Yep.
Are you a great teammate? Are you just the things we preach to all our kids, and hoping that they get it, but some of them might not.
That's why you got to tell them the truth, like we talked about earlier. Because it's tough, man. Those like we said, those coaches' jobs, they're not easy, and it's on the line every year. So they gotta really know who you are and what you are before they'll recruit you or offer you a scholarship.
Yeah, man. Dude, man, I can't. It's crazy, bro. The hour flew by.
I know.
And we're just chopping it up, and I'm like, it's nice to be able to talk to other basketball lovers, and it's more so just the kids. The game is what it is.
Right.
But when I meet another individual that's about the kids, and their growth and their maturity, it's
that's
really
what
a blessing.
We're here for, man. Yeah. Like that's the only reason you should. If AAU gets a bad rap because a lot of people are kind of, I feel like, trying to do it for themselves. But I mean, if you're in it about the kids will know. Kids are really good at knowing who's telling them the truth and who's not. Yeah. So, I mean, if you don't love it and you're not about it for the kids, you shouldn't be doing it.
Man, so the goal is, I'm assuming, go up. You trying to get to the 17U?
Well, I coached 17U last year with Kellen.
Okay, I didn't know that.
No one's going to supplant Kellen. So, I mean, no. That's the main dude at 17. He'll be at 17s forever.
Okay.
For as long as he wants to be.
Right.
No, the goal is Team Griffin. Whatever I can do to make Team Griffin better, that's my goal. Yeah. I don't care if I'm coaching 12U, 15U, 16. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just here to be a part. I'm lucky and blessed to be a part of Team Griffin.
Yeah.
So that's it. I just want to help them be great.
Yeah, but you did your work, man.
I appreciate
you. You hear your story. You put your time in. You learned.
Right.
A lot of people aren't mature enough and humble enough to sit back and just realize that I don't know everything.
Right.
But I want to know everything.
For sure. I would like to recruit in college one day, though. That would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe I want to come back later and coach high school, because I think that would be fun, too.
I think one thing about me, I don't have a head coaching desire, because I love being an assistant for these reasons. But the one thing I told my head coach is, like, I would love to be a junior college coach because of the way the stories go.
Yep.
You recruit a kid that's Division I, but he kind of slipped up in some things, and you can recruit him.
You can help change his life.
Yeah. You know, possibly put him on the straight and narrow, and I think that's where my heart would sit right.
Right. No, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Congrats to you for finding what you love. You know, that's what it's all about. Like, you don't work a day in your life if you do what you love, right?
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I've been blessed. I've been coaching since I was 18 years old, 19 years old.
Yep.
So it legitimately saved my life. And a lot of people.
Nothing better, is there?
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize basketball saves a ton of lives.
Oh, my goodness. Tons. Yes.
It gives people a purpose,
Yep.
gives them a direction.
Yep. Gives them a way out sometimes.
Yeah. Teaches you how to be a man.
Yep.
You know, different things like that. It's just crazy, bro.
Responsibility, being punctual. There's a million lessons in basketball. So, yeah, like you said, the kids that play it and us that coach it, we're lucky.
So one thing you learned from your OCU coach that you think you carry with you in life today?
From Coach Harper?
Yeah.
I mean, one thing.
One thing. Or a couple, or whatever sticks with you.
Well, I mean, just that dude was just so good. I would say just taking responsibility for your own actions and your own, you know, life, your own career, your own basketball career. Like, that dude was no BS.
Really?
Like, it's get in, do your work, do it to the best of your ability, support your team, take yourself out of the equation. You know what I'm saying? I would say be a great teammate would be one of the main things, because everybody on his team just knew we're doing this to win collectively.
Right. Yeah.
And that's how you got to have a team. If you're going to go far, your team has got to be like that. And he would get it to where we would hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even have to coach half the time, because we're holding. If you watch the best teams like Alabama football, their players are holding each other accountable. And that's how Coach Harper, he got us to believe in a team concept.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Man, he's good.
That's dope, man. So, yeah, tryout Sunday.
Yes, sir.
You said 2:30.
Let me double check. I don't want to mess us up.
Yeah. So if you young cats, check us out, because I know a lot of
2:30 for 2:30 for 15U, 4:30 for 16U, and 6:30 for 17U.
And I think on his Instagram he has it up, the flyer, so you can register.
John Roby 121 is my Instagram, and you register at blakegriffin.com/Team Griffin events.
Yeah, if you want to get in it, because you heard them, Team Griffin's great. You know, in total, they've been, you know, doing their thing for quite some time in the state. They're classified as a top dog, I would say, in the AAU world. They're EYBL still. Shout out to them for that, because sometimes that's hard to keep.
There's nothing like EYBL. People don't understand. It's different.
Yeah.
But yeah, come be a part of greatness, and be a part of the Team Griffin, Taylor Griffin, Blake Griffin. They're just about the kids.
Yeah.
And they'll take care of you for your life. It's like a family.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, come be a part of greatness. Those guys are great. Great family, and, you know, Tommy's at Dale City. There's no one better in Oklahoma than the Griffin family.
That's dope, man. So yeah, their tryout Sunday. Come check them out. It's gonna be, you know, probably turnout's probably gonna be good, because a lot of kids want to play for them, and rightly so. If you watch and you dabble in medical marijuana, Stars and Stripes, his dispensary.
104th and Southwestern.
Yeah, so it's actually down the road from my spot. It's in my town. You know, I'm more guy.
Basically more, yeah.
Yeah, Oklahoma City, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
so,
I went to Westmore for a year, so I know all about.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I grew up in East Lake Estates here in Moore. My mom still lives there, so
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I went to Westmore and graduated.
Yep.
Yeah, so go do that. You know, to all my listeners that deal in the medical field with that, and then just go follow Coach Roby. You know, check out his Twitter, Instagram. He's an inspirational guy, firecracker, you would say.
Yep.
You know, and very positive, and wants to help all you cats. If you need help, if you feel like you want to have his assistance to maybe talk to a coach at college, or just get some help in general, you know, reach out to him. I'm sure he'll hit you back. But it was nice to meet you, man. I appreciate your time, for real.
That was awesome, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. So we'll get out of here. You know, hope everyone has a good week. If you're in the state, come check out the state tournament. We all gonna be there. He'll be there. I'll be there. We'll check it out. But Tony Talks, we're out.